Good afternoon. This is Lindsay. It's I think July 8th, 2024, and I'm just gonna talk a little bit about my targeted individual stuff here on my video on my phone. So I'm still trying to get legal help. I'm trying to find an attorney who can help me with this probate issue because I don't think that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing in Kerrville. The attorney ad litem. It doesn't seem like they're really doing anything, and they're just making things more complicated and then blaming me, doing narcissistic blame shifting because my sibling, this half sibling, Carter Baldwin, and I'm going to say his name because he is the one who's causing the problems by sending out, and I'm quite sure it's him. I'm quite sure that the reason I'm being targeted so severely is because, number one, I've called out people for what they've done, their abuses in the past, such as Robert Sussman, the man that Kenny Griffith Baldwin, my mother, the man she was married to, who basically tried to exploit me. Who, when and I've talked about this before, the man when I was in college at UT Austin, I was still trying to live in Austin, and some things happened back then. That was a long time ago, but I got evicted from my apartment complex, and they acted like it was such a big deal, like I was so out of hand, when really all I did was something that was very minor in the parking lot of the place that I used to live. I think it was called Argosy Apartments on somewhere in East Austin, but nonetheless, like, it was not that big of a deal. But I'm going to talk about it now because I know that a lot of my harassment and stalking and discrimination stems from this stuff that happened a long time ago. Because I had smoked a little bit of marijuana or something, and maybe had some alcohol, and I had it was around the time that that man Walter Schutze, who I met, who had befriended me in Austin, I found out that he had died, and I had gone to the cemetery to go visit him. I found out where his grave was, over there off in I think it was like off Martin Luther King somewhere, the graveyard. And I went over there to visit him and put little flowers and like stuff on his grave. And I was in a really good mood all that day for whatever reason. And then I came home and I started listening to some music, and I got on top of my little fucking car in the parking lot and started dancing on top of the car to Ween music. And I was just in a good mood. I also had smoked a little bit of marijuana, but it was not anything that I did that was bad, like evil or hurt anybody. So whatever. It's just because I was young, I was naive, I whatever. And so they called the police. Somebody called the police in the apartment complex, I guess. I got in trouble. I guess they called somebody reported it because I had drawn a little bit of a crowd. It's too sun. I had drawn like a little bit of a crowd in the parking lot, I guess, and so somebody called the police, and the next thing you know, asshole brother narcissist Carter Baldwin, my half sibling, shows up, and they just evict. Like, nobody tells me what's going on. They just show up and force. This was in December. Okay, I had just graduated. It was in 1999. Like somewhere December, January. Let me think. December. No, it was probably around 2000. I had just graduated, and I was still in Austin though, looking for a job. So it was around the year 2000 or something, I think, that this happened. Shortly after I had graduated UT Austin, and so Carter shows up, this narcissistic fucking half sibling of mine, Carter, and first of all, he shows up. He's really pissed off at me. Okay, he's really being really rude. I put all my he's a fucking control freak. He and my mother both are very very mean to me, and this is just more proof of how they're so fucking mean to me. He shows up to the apartment in some rented SUV of some kind. So all my stuff, I have to put all my things in that little efficiency apartment that I lived in off of, I think it was called Argosy Apartments or something. I don't remember. It was on over there in East Austin. Is just this efficiency archway. I don't. The complex is called Archway or something like that. I lived in a little efficiency on the first floor. So he shows up. I put all my shit in the car, everything I could possibly pack up. I put it in the car, and he's the whole time he's screaming at me and being a real asshole and just treating me like fuck it like horribly. And I'm crying and I'm upset. And I'm like, what's going on? And he wouldn't even tell me. I'm like, okay. So I get escorted back to Houston, and I have to go live with my mother. I'm forced to have to live in the house upstairs on Plum Street, where my mother lived in Westview, in her attic. And it was like and it was horrible because she was really mean to me. I was like, I'm sorry, I messed up. What's going on? And she's like, well, they're gonna send you to a mental hospital, Lindsay, and yeah. And they knew good and well that I was happy just because I mean, come on, I had graduated, I was excited, I was in my 20s, I was like only 22 years old or something, and I was excited. And I made one mistake and she fucking blew out of like oh my god, the bitch went fucking crazy. And then yeah, it's like whoa, and I had never even done anything before that. Like they act like it was such a fucking big deal, and that's how my mother, the fucking narcissist psychotherapist, is. She has been scapegoating me and gaslighting me my entire life, and this is just more proof of why I'm a target individual and why they're trying to withhold my inheritance and why I get treated like this, because of what the fuck happened long time ago and things that still happen to me to this day based on stuff that happened to me when I lived in Austin, Texas years ago. Okay, so big deal. So I had the fucking dyed black hair. I had a parrot. I had a bird, a parrot, a cockatiel, whatever, some kind of conure. I don't know which one. Choopy. Choopy was a bird I had at the time. I had signed all these fuck is going on out there? I had signed all these entertainment release forms. I had been filmed, and I had been exploited already, like completely 100% exploited by the entertainment industry, by certain people, taking advantage of my vulnerabilities, okay, taking advantage of me and mocking the shit out of me. So I had signed these release forms, not even getting any copies of them, like stupid me being so naive about how that stupid industry works. I did not get any tangible copies of anything that I signed. And so I signed all that stuff. And then the next thing you know, I'm evicted from my apartment. I'm shuffled back to Houston where I'm treated like a fucking slave and like shit by Kenny Baldwin, my mother, narcissistic mother, and then Carter, her precious golden child son Carter, right? My half sibling Carter Armistead Baldwin. They both hate me, and they hate me to this day. And to this day, they just want to make sure that I'm destroyed and that I'm controlled and that I'm like a little slave, like in poverty. That's all that they've ever wanted from me. And I can assure you that it has to do with money. I don't know if this has to do with that man Walter Schutze in Austin, who I met, who befriended me at the Luby's cafeteria like in 1996 or 1997, if it has something to do with him. But clearly they fucking know something that I don't. And I'm cussing because I'm fucking tired of this. I've been fighting and trying to get the answers to all this for years, only to get punished, to get ostracized, to get publicly shamed, mobbed, targeted, gang stalked, harassed, sexually harassed, you name it. I have gone through all of this stuff, all of these kinds of covert abuses by complete strangers, and especially by so-called family. Um, and I'm tired of it because clearly, this is my part of my little shrine. Clearly, they want, they're doing something that they don't want me to know about. Okay, that I'm being targeted for things that from the past. Everybody has a past. Nobody is perfect. We all do things in our, it's like they have to make it look like I'm some kind of a criminal because I smoked some marijuana a few times in college. I have a fucking degree in Spanish. I'm not stupid. I'm actually quite intelligent. But these people have tried to portray me as a prostitute, a drug addict, a failure, a loser, everything you can imagine, everything, to the point that I can't get a job, I can't make money, I don't have any friends, I can't maintain relationships, And it's all because of the fucking past and because I'm being denied important information about who I am. Why, for example, I have this fake fucking birth certificate. Why the fuck do I have a fraudulent birth certificate? It's 100% fraudulent. I can guarantee that. Who is this man, Walter Schutze? Why is it that all these things happen as a result of my having met him? Why? Why is it that my entire fucking life turned upside down the minute that man met me at Luby's? Why is it that after I met that man at the cafeteria, that is to say, after he found me one day or started talking to me and telling me that he had been watching me, that I was going to be under surveillance, that he had been in the military intelligence CIA, and he knew everything about me. He started telling me things about my life, and I'm like, how did you know these things? And he seemed to know everything about me. Like, it was no accident that happened. Okay, but I, on the other hand, simply because I'm talking about it and because that happened to me, I've been punished, severely punished by Kenny Baldwin, my mother, and same with my brother. They are so fucking mean and jealous about it. For whatever fucking reason, they have turned it into this huge, like, mockery of me. And this has been going on for more than that. Started in 1997. So it's been going on for close to 30, however many years that is. You do the math. I'm not quite sure, but a long time of this blatant stalking and harassment. And don't try to tell me, as a targeted individual, that this does not have something to do with that man, Walter Schutze, in Austin, who was like 90 something years old, 92 years old. Don't tell me that, because I'm not stupid. I'm not. I can connect the fucking dots to this kind of shit. Whenever you know your own past better than these motherfuckers think I do, they think I don't remember things. Do they think I have amnesia or dementia? No, I remember clearly. I have a photographic memory of everything that's happened to me throughout the past 25 years. Every fucking thing. You can test my intelligence, and I can remember everything. The names, the places of everybody, just about. So don't even try that with me. Don't try to use that as an excuse to justify for this illegal surveillance, the gang stalking, the harassment. It's not stalking, it's blatant fucking harassment that I get by people. Harassment. Just because a person is different, just because a person is not in, just because they maybe believe in something different from you, or because they have a different viewpoint, doesn't mean that you have any right as a citizen or whatever to be stalking and harassing them in public. You don't have the right to fucking do that to anybody. I don't care who the fuck you are, but it doesn't matter what a person's religious preference is, whatever. These people have no right to do this kind of discrimination. The law is the law, okay? You can't be biased and take that kind of stuff personally just because a person is different. But this is what happens every fucking day in the court system. It's all bribery. It's all Masonic shit. It's all a secret vernacular jargon language, legalese, which is a complete different language that these people speak. And you're supposed to know that as a non-lawyer. It's just like you're expected to fucking know this shit, and you're expected to just like figure it all out when they make it so complicated for the bar attorney or licensed attorney. Okay, and I'm going through a probate case right now. I've been battling this for over a year now, since 2023 February, when Alan Carter Baldwin, I suspect, I'm almost 100% sure that Alan is my biological father. There is a possibility that I'm wrong, but I'm convinced that this man is my father. Okay, and I am convinced that Carter, it has a different. I'm convinced that maybe his father is a man by the name of David Baldwin, or if not David Baldwin, perhaps Bob Sussman, because Carter bears a striking resemblance to this fucking Bob Sussman jackass. Sorry, but he's an asshole, and he was treating me like a set. He was very perverted towards me, over the very perverted, and he's a pig. He's a criminal defense attorney, Jewish jackass. And I know I can't say that because I'm saying this for my own records, but it's the truth. This man, my mother was married to him. He tried to control my life, just tried to destroy my life, tried to fuck up my life, knowing that I was what I, like what happened to me in Austin. They just took advantage of me and exploited me in every kind of way they could. And it just so happens that he's a Jewish man. Go figure. Because they have fucking control of the media and everything else. And yes, I had signed release forms, entertainment release forms, by the way, several of them, and I was filmed as well. And most of these people were in the fucking work with the military or the Jews entertainment industry. So they think that I'm that stupid to not realize and put two and two together about this kind of thing. And yeah, it's still going on to this day. I'm not, they're trying to do stuff behind my back in the courts, obviously, like some kind of a settlement or something of which they don't want me to know what's really going on. But it's obvious to me that there's money involved or some kind of insurance policies or something that has to do with Alan, my father who died. But it's all secretive shit. And of course, me being the scapegoat of a fucking narcissistic, abusive family, Kenny scapegoated me. It's like I'm just supposed to like live like a little subservient slave to these people, which is, and I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm an adult. I can make my own decisions. I'm not hurting anybody. I haven't caused anybody physical harm. I pay my bills. I do everything. I'm responsible, and then I'm a vegetarian, basically a vegan. They know this, and they fucking hate me for everything I do. Going to the gym, the music I listen to, the way every little thing that they can find to use against me, they're doing. And so basically, everybody in this city just about there's like a smear campaign. I can't go anywhere without being like people getting on talking about me, like right in front of my face. If they're not doing it right in front of my face, they're doing it on their cell phones, doing this shit, part of their gang stalking stuff. And some of these people get really blunt and forward with me. Like when I go to the grocery store, for example, they'll follow me around. Or the other day, I had just gotten a sticker. I ordered a pentagram, a pentacle sticker, a 5-pointed star, which means a lot of different things, by the way. A pentacle is not necessarily, there's a difference between a pentagram and a pentacle with a circle around it, okay? Do your fucking research. A pentagram is Satanist. I'm not a Satanist. A pentacle is different. Okay? And even if I were, it's none of your fucking business what I do. I don't go out into the woods and sacrifice kids or eat meat and kill animals. You people are so fucking stupid to think that. First of all, I ordered this pentacle sticker and put it on my car. I ordered it off Amazon, and I got this letter when I got it, and it's from a company called Chat Noir, a French company based in New Orleans, Louisiana. They sent me a very nice letter thanking me for ordering the sticker, and I'm like, that's cool, because I like that kind. I like symbolism, and you people don't understand that there's a lot of different meanings for things. And I'm gonna show you the sticker that I ordered. So now they're fucking harassing me again about this shit because I have a sticker on my car. Yeah, just because I put a pentacle sticker on my car, now all of a sudden they started up with the fucking gang stalking shit again all over again. Like, oh no, we better keep an eye out on her. She's a Satanist. This is a mentality of certain people. This is a mentality of ignoramus people who don't fucking know anything. And then they start their religious harassment stuff. So I put that sticker on my car yesterday because I got it on Saturday. Today's Sunday, and I got it on Saturday. And then on the 6th, but speaking of which, on the 6th of June, I get stuff in my email about this case in Kerrville, the probate case, about how Carter is trying to sue the estate to get $11,000 from the estate for all his travel expenses, and then code 666. Okay, code 666 of the Texas probate law. How ironic, June 6th, and it went into the court. It was signed by the judge on June 6th, and then it's something 666. I've got the document here in my email. Don't you think that's a little bit bizarre? I mean, come on, the numbers. or what? What is that? Seriously, you see how they fuck with me, how they target me, how what they're doing? They're scapegoating me basically. Like this is a form of harassment. They are denying me my inheritance. They're trying to put some kind of a guardianship on me, acting like I don't have any control over myself, which is a lie. They're making me not. I'm not allowed to. It's like I have the right to fucking do what I want with my money. If I want to move out of San Antonio, if I want to move out of state, I can do what I want to do. But they're trying to control everything to the point that I've been a fucking prisoner of the same neighborhood now for almost 10 years. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to live in this house. But I don't, it's like, what if I want to move to a different city? What if I want to move out of state and start my life over? But no, no, no. Narcissistic, greedy Kenny and her son Carter, who are trying to steal my inheritance, are trying to make everything impossible for me. And this is the truth. This is the truth. All the fucking people who've been in my life for the past year, all these fake relationships and shit, they come in to try to analyze me, to gather information and play like they're your friend, to use information against you. And I don't know who the fuck these people work for, but probably the feds, I suspect, or some government fucking alphabet agency. I don't know, but you see why I don't trust anybody? Because this is what happens. If you're trying to just live a normal life and meet somebody, they send a fucking agent. In my life, they always send these agents who work for the government to try to, change my personality or behavior modification shit, and then they get abusive. I went through a lot of weird stuff in the past year with a certain individual who was exploiting me in many ways, especially taking advantage of me sexually. I don't want to get into that, but it was extremely fucking humiliating. The coercive abuse that this person used on me to try to get his way with me, and then I'm gonna remember that, and then it threatening me. I'm gonna remember this. I'm gonna remember this. And like if I would tell him no, I will, leave me alone. I just, you know, he would threaten me basically. It was like harassment. It's like this person was being paid to by somebody to what? Like it was some kind of a weird bribe. That this I don't know, but it's really weird what I've been through. And it's like when you try to explain, and this was all during the legal stuff that I've been going through, all during the fact knowing that I've been fighting this probate thing. This person, every time I remember, every time I get a call from my attorney, Melinda Luna in Kerrville, he would call on the phone or text me. So clearly, there's a financial motive that these people have, and I suspect it's about insurance because when you're a targeted individual, they have a life insurance policy out on you, so you're worth a lot more dead than you are alive. And so that my mother, I wouldn't be surprised if she fucking hired this person to kill me, to assassinate me. And this sounds crazy, but it's a fucking truth. They will hire people to get rid of a person, to kill them, and then say that that person committed suicide. This is what a targeted individual goes through whenever it has to do with probate or money or inheritance dispute or some kind of insurance policy. This is real. And I'm talking because I'm going through it right now. I swear to God, I am. And you can look up the case. Go to Kerr County in Kerrville, Texas. Look up probate case P23-107 in the Kerr County Probate Court. The deceased person was Alan C. Baldwin, who I suspect is my biological father. Okay, look through. If you're an attorney, or if you know a civil rights attorney, or a litigation attorney, or maybe a criminal defense attorney who can help me, who can maybe help me with this case, so I can pay on some kind of maybe a contingency basis, because my attorney is all of a sudden taking the side of the narcissistic sibling. They're not helping me. I need help. I really need help with this, and I need an attorney who's going to fight for me because they're trying to destroy my life right now. They are completely smeared. I've gone through vindictive smear campaign. I have been through psychological torment and trauma, uh, horrible stuff, and these people just think it's funny just to destroy a person, and it's not funny when you're going through this kind of thing. But and then they think I'm weak. Oh, really? I'm weak. You should see what I go through every fucking day out in public. If you think I'm weak and stupid, you don't have any idea what I combat. So don't even use that as an excuse to call me weak and whatever. Okay, I'm a lot stronger than you think I am. For those of you who just think it's a game and it's funny, it's not. This is real. This is my life. They're gambling with my life and my rights, my human rights, and they think it's all fun and games. This is your sick judicial fucking system for you. It's a fucking joke. It's all Masonic handshake, under the table bribery shit. And I can guarantee you that that's a lot of what the fuck happens in these small towns like Kerrville, where everybody knows each other, and it's like yeah. So go figure. They're fucking with my inheritance, trying to make me look stupid and crazy. When in fact, all I'm doing is trying to fight for what's mine legally, knowing that from the very beginning, this whole thing has been a fucking lie, and Carter got access to everything before there's ever any kind of hearing, and they say there's no will. Bullshit. There was a will. There's something that they just don't want me to have access to. It's obvious. Anybody can figure this out, especially if you're going through it. You can figure out when you're being lied to and placated and exploited. So I've got common sense. I might not be a lawyer, and I tried to do this pro se, but it's impossible to be your own, to do a probate case pro se when it's this complicated, and they know that. They know that. They're just trying to make me look fucking stupid. Stupid is all they want to do, is make me look so stupid. That's what they want to do, is make me look stupid so they can continue with their fucking abuses. And I get a lot of fucking harassment in public, severe harassment, and yeah, they use them. It's obvious. Do these people really think that I'm that stupid after years of being a targeted individual, making YouTube videos about it, doing my research about this? That you really, really think that I can't see this stuff going on around me and pick up on the behavior patterns of these gang stalkers and these harassers? You think I can't see it for what it is? And I'm not saying, oh, everybody's out to get me, I'm so paranoid, and everybody hates me. That is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that I have rights as a human being. I have legal rights just like anybody else. They cannot be that biased when it comes to the law. You can't, that's illegal right there. And I know, because I know the Constitution. Okay? I know my rights. I have I am educated. I spent some time in criminal justice fucking school. I'm not as stupid as they think just because of my appearance or whatever. This is what they use. It's called prejudice, it's called discrimination, and it's called being biased and bigoted. And they do it to me all the time. All the time. I'm not going to change who I am for anybody. Never. I stay true to who I am, my creativity, my personality, and all they want to do is strip me from everything to make me to kill me, to make me dead. This is how evil and vindictive these people are. And I will continue to make videos about it, and I'm going to name your fucking names, and then let's see what happens. Huh? I'm going to keep on naming your fucking names and embarrass the shit out of you, because I have to go through all this fucking smear campaign every fucking day for no reason, when I haven't done anything wrong. So there, I'll put this on my YouTube channel. My name is Lindsay Baldwin. I'm a targeted individual in San Antonio, Texas. I live in Denver Heights, and this is about much more than just this probate case. This is about my being a scapegoat from a narcissistic, abusive family for years. And I'm now 49 years old, and I shouldn't have to be going through this stuff.